I founded these chefs, our community, about 7-8 years ago, sort of with a mission of getting a lot of like-minded folks together from all over the country that all work in a very difficult industry, to sort of allow them to have a bit of a summer camp for themselves, to get out of the restaurant, to get out of their prep list, to get out of the day-to-day minutia of their work, and kind of see the forest through the trees, to see the whole thing, to learn from other people from other markets they may not meet in another sort of mechanism, and to have the primary objective being their experience while they're in the city. Secondarily, we love going to new markets, like coming to Columbus, new to us, and learning about regional markets like this because, as you know, typically a lot of the national media attention falls on the two coasts and a few other places. And so a lot of times when we go to places like New York or LA or Chicago or San Francisco, there's not as much to learn as there is to coming to a place like this. I want to thank Josh and Lori and the whole staff here at Columbia State Community College for having us in their beautiful restaurant. Let's give them a round of applause for putting up with us. I want to thank Abishar Barua for insisting that we come to town and putting up with all of our BS all week. Let's give them a round of applause. And I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your lives on a Thursday for something you've never heard of to come trust us and check it out.
So cured tuna, and then it's a little bit of avocado puree, pickled green strawberry, compressed cucumber, a little mustard, and then a little nasturtium on top of it, and then it just gets finished with a little ginger consomme. So at Jollity, we cook seasonal food, much like all the great chefs here in town do and everywhere else, and then we take as much food as we can get from farmers, we preserve it, we pickle it, we save it for the next season. Our menu changes every single week. We change like 4 to 5 items, and we just kind of cook what we want and hope that there's good feedback.
Thank you so much. The dish tonight is caramelized buttermilk with fennel braised in leftover whey and then barbecued in a black garlic mole. A little bit of toasted buckwheat and some blue spruce vinaigrette. Isla, which hopefully will be opening in the spring, it's an extension of our supper club that we run out of our house currently, called the Roy's Avenue Supper Club. The whole concept is cooking a couple nights a week, really small, intimate, course meals, and then we're also going to teach some classes, do a lot of community stuff, so we're really excited about it. But it's going to be a little bit, but we're being patient, and we're really looking forward to it. But we really appreciate all the support from you guys. This is awesome. This is really fun.
Let's give it up for Abishar Barua. She owns a bunch of restaurants in Richmond and Washington, D.C. She was on the same season of Top Chef as Abishar, along with like 8 of our other friends. It was actually really weird to watch. I don't watch the show very often, but I watched that season because it was so funny seeing all of you guys in it. But I met Abishar in our first event back from the pandemic. We did it in Richmond in August of 2021, last summer. It was a really fun experience, surreal sort of being at an event after a hiatus for almost 15 months. It was very much cathartic, for real, and it was wonderful getting to know Abishar and hanging out with him throughout the week. And like I said, he was very much instrumental in getting us here. I think he instantly regretted it, just based on the sheer amount of communication that he has to deal with. But thank you so much for everything. Thanks for setting this up and connecting us with Josh here at this beautiful venue with a bunch of wonderful staff and students that go here at a great school. You don't see a lot of programs like this throughout the country, so it's really cool what they're doing here. So I'll let Abishar tell you a little bit about the dish and what he's got going on these days.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Oh, wow. Is this my mic voice? That's weird. First of all, I'm not going to waste much of your time because my food's getting hot and it's supposed to be cold, so make sure you eat it while it's cold. I'll describe the dish first and we can talk a little bit about everything else going on. Most importantly before that though is you all showed up. We had no idea how this would turn out, but we sold out I think it's really, really fast, and I'm so humbled to see all you guys here today and for the rest of the weekend. Like, this is such a cool thing to see so many people in Columbus. I was like, oh, does Columbus have what it takes? You're clearly showing that you do. So I'm so stoked to be able to be part of it. In terms of hosting, if this event sucks, it's on them. But if it's good, then I want to host.
I will say Avatar was like really mad at us because we didn't put tickets up until 2 weeks in advance. And look at this, we are full. So thank you. I had to make it awkward.
Yeah.
He wasn't mad. Okay.
So more importantly, so the food that you're eating, I've done variations of this dish a while. I'm not really sure what my style of cooking is, but I call it Columbus or Ohio cuisine. I grew up around here. This is all based on foods that I've eaten. There was an experience that I went to a very nice restaurant and they put up this course and it just hit me in the head so hard. I was like, this is amazing. And it was a memory of something. So it was like something, eating something out of the fridge when it's cold. And as much as we love Chinese food during the daytime, at 2 in the morning, when there's like a box in your bare hands and you're just definitely not under any mind-altering substances, you're just waking up to and you go eat Chinese food in your fridge. Okay? So as the years have gone on, I've tried to make different variations of this one. And this one is simple, there's only 8 touch points. So on the base, there's what's called I'll tell you what I call it is a mouth-watering chicken. It's a chicken that's actually, we've actually cured it in koji and then we marinated it and then we cooked it to the grit and then you chill it down and then you shred it and mix it with mouth-watering sauce that everyone that helped me make. It took a while to make all these components, but it was really cool because as we made every single one, we just came, we're like, wow, that could be cool. And the dish came together with a collaboration with the staff. So every time someone's like, man, I like that dish, we're like, why don't we put it into another dish? And then we have this thing where we want to do way too much work to make it really simple. So by the end of it, there's like, I don't know, there's 17 things in there. And I hope it's good. I don't know, we didn't try the final dish, but we hope it works out okay. So enjoy. Thank you so much.
Give it up for Rachel Welch. I'm sorry. Sarah Welch, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's been a long day. I tried to play Stand by 5 a.m. this morning.
Hi guys. Thanks so much for having me. Yeah, no, I don't put marrow in like every dish that I make, but it is in the 2 dishes that I made this evening. So the canapé that had marrow in it is just a pot of choux made from marrow. When we roast bone marrow at the restaurant, a ton of it leaks out on the tray, and we used to send them the dish, and like my heart would break every single time. So we started scraping that off, and we made pot of choux out of it, and now it's kind of like a signature thing that we do. I have something I like to call my trash to cash program at Marrow, and it's where I take stuff that other people throw away and try and sell it to you fine people. So what you have in front of you is a beef tartar, and I'm going to talk about the tartar probably more than you care to hear, but it's really special. So it's what we like to call at Marrow, it's called antique beef. So antique beef are cows that are not typically raised for beef production. They're either dairy cows, or this cow in particular was the calving cow for this farm for 10 years. So she worked super hard and she did a really great job, and she lived on pasture for 1 additional year just to like party and be a cow. So she was 11 when they culled her from the farm. And then that beef was koji rubbed with some koji from this incredible place called Detroit Mushroom Factory. Koji basically tastes beefy when you put it on beef. So it's beef that's been beefied. And then served raw, loose burger style. And so inside that croquette, there is all that rendered marrow that I've been hoarding at my restaurant for you people, that we seasoned. And you should crack that open and toss it into your tartar. It'll kind of dress it. All the other stuff on the tartar is just like flourishes, not important. But there's some yogurt that'll cream out that dressing, and then some doka, which will add some aromatic spice to it. But just know that you're eating really special beef right now, and that anytime you're not eating special beef, you should ask yourself why. And anytime you're eating food and you don't know where it's from, you should say, why?
So our next chef is currently a free agent. They are working on something that they're not allowed to talk about, so we'll just leave it at that. But very excited to have them here. They've been very active on our text thread and helpful this week while we've been in Columbus. Let's give it up for Katie Randazzo. And I will let them play a little bit of the taste of it for you this evening.
So my dish is called 80s Mom Vibes. It is inspired by the Dippy Moore microwavable beef stew. No, my mom did not feed. Both my moms are over here actually. And my mom did, I grew up on hippie shit. Hence why I decided to make this dish vegetarian. So the carrots are citrus braised, and then you have butter disguised as mashed potatoes, butter braised poached mint peas, some red wine braised shallots, dill, and a little bit of pistachio deca. With then the braising liquid from the carrots I turn into your gravy. So thank you everyone for coming too. So and listen to me awkwardly talk about this dish.
Sorry, but you guys have to use your hands with this course. This is my play on shawarma and a hot dog. It's fun, but it's delicious. Enjoy. Green tomato relish, a herb yogurt, lamb hot link, flatbread that we made here. So it doesn't have to be complicated. Enjoy, guys.
Kate is an excellent singer of Cher, if you believe in life after love. She sings it while she looks longingly into her business and a personal partner, Tomas, who they own the restaurant together called Apteca. You have a mic, you can interject.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would say definitely debatable about the skills.
I have videos.
Share.
But I love Kate to death. It's super great to have her here. She's been to quite a few events. They're always fun. We have constant arguments. I love talking to her about all the different shades of black that she wears, all based on age of how old they are. They make exceptional vegan Polish food. You know, I have another good friend who went and ate there, and the way I always explain Apteca is that, you know, you go and you sit down, you eat, you have this wonderful meal, wonderful experience, and you're 30 minutes down the road, and they're like, was that fucking vegan?
Fucking was.
It was. It is very true. But I was super stoked to see Kate. I haven't seen her since the pandemic. Happy you're here. I'll let her tell you a little about the dish and what they do in Pittsburgh, PA.
Cool. Yeah, Grover. Oh my God. What an angel. It's the best. Okay, so I have a vegan, like, Eastern European, Central European place in Pittsburgh. But what we're really doing is, like, I think, like Ohio, then Pittsburgh has, like, these hardcore roots in Eastern European immigration from, like, you know, late 1800s. So a lot of that food is kind of like outdated in terms of like, is it still representing Central Eastern Europe? So we're trying to kind of update that a little bit. My partner's first gen Polish and he was in a family of eaters, so lucky him. This is kopytka. The sauce at the bottom is a fermented rye sauce called żur. Żurek is like a fermented rice soup, so we just kind of did a sauce version of it. The dumplings are kopytka, which means little hooves. And there's buckwheat, there's some like long roast mushrooms and parsley, asparagus, spinach, anything I could convince my farmer friend to put in my cooler before I desperately ran out of Pittsburgh yesterday. So that's what you're getting. And some marjoram. Cool. Thanks, enjoy.
Hello everyone, I am so excited to be here today. What you have on your plate this evening is an open-faced rosemary fried chicken biscuit. In Embryville, my restaurant is a fried chicken joint, so we specialize in a rosemary fried chicken, and that's our only protein. And we have southern sides, we have a brown butter cornbread, mac and cheese, greens, all those favorite comfort foods. But today you have the open-faced biscuit with a slightly spicy brown gravy at the bottom. So I hope you all enjoy it. Thanks for having me here, and thank you.
So what you have in front of you is a braised daikon. It's been braised for about 4.5 hours in a dashi broth, which has kombu, which is like a dried seaweed, and shiitake mushrooms, and some soy sauce. So I braised that for about 4 hours, and the green sauce, an avocado puree, a bit of Greek yogurt, Dijon in there. Orange puree at the bottom is ahi amarillo pepper sauce called an ajbar sauce. Then just tahini powder. On top of that, that black stuff is not charcoal powder. Oh yeah, that's my dish. Eat it all together. It's a little bit spicy, but the avocado will kind of dumb it down.
So tonight I have a grilled pork collar. On top of there is a fermented strawberry and pork jus, a little bit of bay leaf oil, some grilled mushroom conserva, and some cured cabbage. A little bit of bronze fennel from a local farm that another participant got us. But yeah, I wanted to do pork. as most Midwestern states are. Pork's a big part of our agricultural system or our food system. And I just kind of wanted to showcase a little bit of a different cut. So I went with the collar for sure. Yeah, I'm from Indianapolis, so I used to come over here quite a bit to ride my bike. There used to be a skate park here in town I quite favored. But it's been a while since I've been back in town, so it's been really fun to kind of rediscover Columbus and spend some time here. So thanks for having me and enjoy.
Awesome, thank you everyone for coming. So typically after 11 courses of food, I am a little bit full, you know, there's always room for dessert. So with this dessert, I decided to go with something very acidic. So every component on the plate is pickled or has acid in it, except for the meringue. The reason is because it's going to take you 3 or 4 bites to kind of neutralize your flavor palette with your taste buds from the night. So the last 3 or 4 bites should be very bright in flavor, and you should leave feeling like kind of like happy and, you know, good energy. So that's the hope. So there's pickled plums. So there's a red wine pickled plum. There's a pickled nectarine. The goat cheese on the outside. There's also a Greek yogurt and white chocolate ice cream in the middle. The sponge cake is a Greek yogurt sponge cake. There's also then black walnut meringue and pickled spruce, which is foraged here in Ohio. So it should be a nice, fun flavor profile. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you.